What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to episode 93 of the Speaking English podcast. Today we have die versus die. Homophones, they sound the same. We have die, D-I-E, versus die, D-Y-E. So the only thing distinguishing the two is the I versus the Y, the second letter. However, these are, at least one of the words is, I'm not going to say very common, but a very familiar word. You have probably all heard it and used it in some kind of way. Die. When somebody, when a life ends, then the person or the animal or a thing dies. If I throw my alarm clock against the wall, then it's probably going to die, figuratively. So people can die and will die, and animals will die, and figuratively you can also say, for example, that children's beliefs die hard. I mean, it's hard to eradicate them if they are wrong, or to educate the children to improve their beliefs, maybe. So that's die, as in Die Hard, the movie. And then there's dye, D-Y-E, which has to do with color. Very popular in the 60s and 70s, and when I was a teenager, so that was the early 90s, that was kind of a retro fashion to wear dyed shirts, even tie-dyed shirts. So when you use dye, it can be a noun too. If you use dye, D-Y-E, you use a matter on clothes to change the color. So I could dye this white shirt green. And that's pretty easy. You just go to the store and you buy that, and you wash it with the cloth, and then it's dyed, D-Y-E-D, dyed, yes. And then there's, of course, the tie-dyed shirt. That's when you take a piece of the cloth and you do like this, and you put a little band, like a ribbon around it, and you dye it like that. Excuse me. You'll get some funky structure on the shirt. And because you tied the shirt before you dyed it, it's called to tie-dye the shirt. And there you have it. Dye, D-I-E, versus dye, D-Y-E. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. You can leave your comments on the blog, or you send me an email, as always. And don't forget, the archives are restored and completed, and up to episode 91 at this point. But episode 92 should be right on the homepage on SpeakingEnglishPodcast.com. So check that out and take care. Bye-bye.